So just to let you know, this is Dan. So I'm going to bring him down to Mexico at some point.
Ja, klar. When
Sorry, I'm eating. I haven't eaten all day. I'm starving.
Hey, I hope you have good food.
Yeah. Well, I'm Italian, so I like to eat.
Yeah. Well, you're Italian. You like to eat good.
Yes. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, he's half Italian, half Greek.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is to be honest, like I have a friend and he's Italian and he made this genetic test and he's more Greek than Italian. 2000 years before, like the Greek, they brought all the good stuff to Italy, and so they really got also to or like 3000 years probably. But they also they always had a really nice interchange, and he's having more Greek genetics than Italian.
Yeah, I've heard that with other people too. They think they're a certain thing, to your point, and they find out they have other stuff in their genetics, like, oh my God, Norwegian or something. They're like, really?
Yeah.
Like David probably.
Yeah, I probably have everything.
Dave, you probably have Viking in you.
Thilo might. I don't.
No, I'm more from the south.
Yeah, Bavaria, right?
Baden-Württemberg, which is next to Bavaria.
Okay. Geez, you never know. You might have Northern Italian in you. Who knows?
Listen, it's very funny because my father, he's having green eyes and black hair. And my aunt, she told me once that once there was an Italian guy like leaving a small drop of his genetics in some of my grandmothers.
It's absolutely possible. Yeah.
Yeah, klar. No. I mean, the Germans are not supposed to have green eyes and black hair.
So it had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. From Italy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blame those Italians again, those dark-haired Italians.
Well, it happens. It's like when the Americans during World War II, they were occupying the UK. And all these English girls, they had English boyfriends and husbands, but they got pregnant with American babies.
I'm not saying anything.
So it happens everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
It's always the same. The nature wants diversity.
Yeah. So are you in Mexico right now? Are you back, or are you in Germany?
No, and I'm in Germany in the house of my parents.
Okay, cool. All right.
I told you, Dan. He was at that protest yesterday.
That's right. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. It's I will send you both you two guys like they made with a camera who was in fixed on a fixed place, and there was a march in Berlin of about 12 kilometers, which is about 8 miles, something like that.
That's
I don't know how much.
That's a long march.
A lot.
That's a
12
long march.
kilometers. 12,000 yards.
Wow.
And they made like with the camera on a fixed point, and they made a fast loop, like, and you see all the march, who is like normally 3 hours in 5 minutes, and you see all the people passing and how much they are.
Right, to prove that it was more than 20,000 people.
For example, which the medias are saying. I sent some information on YouTube to my friends in Mexico, and they can't open it. It's closed.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's not possible for them to see. I can open it in Germany, but they can't see it in the rest.
Yep. Well, I could see the video you sent me of the protest.
Mm-hmm.
It was in German, so I had to guess what they were saying, but I was able to guess some of it.
You didn't tell me you have also German blood.
I do have German blood. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because my my father's mother was born in Belgium,
Mm.
and they were on the German side of Belgium.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he told me that his grandfather looked like the Kaiser.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice, nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking today with my cousin, and he's half French, and he told me that you had like these big protests in France with these people with the yellow vests.
Yeah. Oh, the Frenchies?
And you know, like now you don't hear nothing anymore from them, and he told me that the government, they infiltrated like really brutal police forces into the groups, and they've beaten, they smashed them, you know, they just squeezed them out. And so it's always happening the same. The destruction normally comes from inside, you know. They infiltrate inner people, their people, and then they
Right.
do
They
something.
destroy they put a mole.
Yeah, yeah. Or for example, this is what they made in some protests like 10 years before, when a protest about a train station in Stuttgart. They just they with like a water thrower, they shoot out the eyes from old guy, just to make an example, you know, like and you know, and no. And
Well, the
nothing happened,
French,
you know. No.
yeah, well, the French have, like you said, the French have been very active in protesting with the Yellow Vest movement.
Yeah, and also very aggressive, you know. And this is the thing. They made it aggressive. They blocked highways. They you know, they burned up a lot of cars, and they destroyed a lot of stuff. And at least it's what I told you before. I don't want to have it real, but there's just a way, and it's a peaceful way. You have to convince, you have to inform all the people that the people are getting, that the people know what is happening in real. And when the more people understand, the weaker will get the system.
Absolutely. Well, that's why the last month I've actually been creating videos to try to get the news out to people that, you know, this is a hoax. This is not real. Like you said,
No,
it's a disguise.
Listen, there are so many, you know, this like this protest in Germany. It doesn't come from nothing. There are a lot of doctors just saying, "Hey, please don't tell us this stuff because it's not true." So yeah.
I saw a very funny video of a restaurant in Germany, and I told Dan I thought that the owner of the restaurant was doing it on purpose.
The noodles.
What?
The long noodles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For children, long noodles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had people put those on, and they looked so stupid. And they were all sitting there eating, and that forced them to be like 6 feet apart from each other.
Well, it was a hat. It was
I saw it. I saw it.
a special hat where the noodles came off the hat by like 5 feet. So you see these morons in the restaurant wearing the hat with the noodles antennas going out like this to keep you away. All different colors.
Based on what you told me, Thilo, I'm sure this guy didn't agree with what the government was saying. So he's like, all right, I'm going to make a point. I'm going to have these idiots wear these hats so that they feel, or these people wear hats so they feel like idiots. And they'll be like, why are you making me do this? So you feel safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we will see. For me, I'm really afraid that the lockdown will come very soon.
In the United States, they're talking a lot about opening up schools because here's the thing, Thilo. Right now, I don't know about Germany, but the United States, there's probably 50 or 60% of children don't have a father at home. Or what is the number, Dan? It's a very high number. So you only have one parent at home. So if there's no school and the parent has to work, who's taking care of the children?
Right. Either expensive daycare, which most can't afford, or they need to go to school. So for all practical terms and measures, they need to open up the schools, because the schools, for the most part, at least in the States, are glorified now babysitting.
Yeah, it's kindergarten. It's kindercare. The money in the United States, the end of July, that money stopped. So now people are no longer getting their money.
No.
So you better have your rifle or your shotgun, because people are going to start coming looking for money.
And what's with the unemployment rate?
Well, it's all lies. There's 50 million people unemployed. 40 or 50 million.
50 or 15?
So the United States
15.
States is about 300 million people, of which about 150 million plus or minus are the workforce, because you have children and old people, whatever.
Yeah.
Of the 150 million people,
1 out of 3.
to David's point, approximately 50 million have gotten unemployment the last 3 or 4 months. So basic numbers, that's around 33%. Now, the government doesn't tell us on the news, hey, unemployment's 33%. They tell us like it's like 15 or something.
Exactly. 12.
Oh, 12. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Something like 12 or whatever. But just basic math. I mean, if you got a workforce of around 150, 160, and they told us 50 million plus have been laid off, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
No, for sure not. Sure not.
So, and you know this, right? I mean, governments lie all the time. Every government, they're all the same now. Our government at one point was pretty good, I think, but the last 30, 40 years, they've gone off the rails, in my opinion.
The last 100 years.
Probably, well, 50 for sure. I mean, they started the process, Dave, 100 years ago. It started, but the last 50, it's really picked up steam.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything the last 50 years got a turbo. If it's capitalism or everything got really quick. But yeah. But I mean, the US, they also entered in the First World War when Germany was like 1917. You know, I mean.
That's right.
What's going on? I mean.
We could thank President Woodrow Wilson for that.
Who's the same guy who put in the Fed.
Who put in the Fed. And, oh, by the way, he was quoted as saying he regretted putting the Fed in 2 or 3 years later. And he also was the guy that tried to get, that helped get the United Nations put in place.
League of Nations, it was called.
It was called League of Nations at the time, correct.
Nice that we all have the same level of understanding.
Well, President Eisenhower, okay, you know President Kennedy was assassinated, right? Well, President Eisenhower was the president right before Kennedy came into office.
That's right.
Okay, he was president for 8 years, from 1952 to 1960. And when Eisenhower left office, he was so worried about what he called the military-industrial complex.
Mm-hmm. He gave us a big speech.
He refused to say anything because he didn't want to get assassinated. He didn't want to be mysteriously killed. So the last speech he gave the nation, he warned the country not to allow the military, and I have it on the video, I have the clips of the speech, and he warned the country, and the country did not listen. And then they killed Kennedy, and the country didn't listen. I told Dan, the Kennedy assassination, the 9/11 investigation, I think they spent like $1 million on each one of those investigations, which is a joke. You spend $1 million in 5 minutes in government. So they just gave a rubber stamp, and nobody challenged anything. Nobody noticed. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
So
there is, I know. I just don't know how it will continue.
Well, it's this simple. I mean, if people do not hold, excuse me, their governments accountable,
They're
then
not gods. They're not kings.
exactly. And if the people don't hold their government officials accountable, this will continue. It'll always continue. The government will always take an inch, or a mile,
Dan,
whatever you give them.
Dan, you're
and never
missing
give
the
it
point.
back.
Government is being controlled by the people with the purse strings, just like they control the media.
I understand that.
All they're doing is they're doing what they're told to do.
I get it, but also if there's no pushback either from the general populace. There's no pushback. If 30, 40, 50 million of us got together, Dave, on Washington, literally descended on Washington, 20 million people, literally.
We have to do that.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Go ahead, bring in the military. Mow down 20 or 30 million. Kill us all. Guess what? Good luck, because you're not going to be able to hide that. That's for sure. That's for sure.
If they're going to shut down the country, why don't we shut down Washington, D.C.? Because they do nothing anyways.
Why not? That's what I'm talking about. The people, if they organize, I give the Germans credit this weekend what they did. Brazil did it 2 or 3 years ago with their leaders. They organized 12 cities across the country, had hundreds of thousands demonstrating. In the United States, you can't get 15 people off the couch because they're eating Twinkies and drinking Coca-Cola and they're watching sports.
Well, they get off the couch for the wrong reasons in this country.
Well, they get off the couch to go to the refrigerator to get a snack at commercial.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what we were talking before, that then you have to suffer a little bit.
That's it.
You
That's
just
it.
have to suffer. After 1 month, you will. If you don't have your Coca-Cola, after 1 month, you will. You probably will start to look in YouTube what's going on.
No, you're right. I mean, the reality is human nature procrastinates, and until human nature feels pain, it usually doesn't solve a problem, right? All the greatest problems we've ever solved in history, I'm sure you guys will agree, were solved when human beings were at the utmost of their rope, at the end of their rope, feeling the pain.
Yeah,
it had to be solved.
Listen,
right?
like me in the university.
Yeah, going to school, studying for the test.
I started to prepare for the I made 2 months party, and on the last month I was weeping.
I've had those nightmares. I dream
Which one?
sometimes that
Me too.
that I missed my final exam and I never graduated.
You too?
You too.
You too?
Yeah.
And you then, this dream?
Yeah, just a little bit, slightly.
Because I'm dreaming that I have I don't know, normally it's mathematics, and it's like I'm dreaming, but it's not in the time of my university. It's just I have to make with 44 years I have to make this examination, this test in mathematics, and I'm absolutely not prepared because I forgot everything.
Absolutely.
And
I know the feeling.
man, and I'm walking inside and it's like not good.
Absolutely.
Not
You're not alone.
Yeah, mine was theology class in my dream. I walk into this big Gothic hall, and they're like, "We had to fail you because you never showed up for the exam, and now you have no high school diploma." I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. I'm a high school dropout, I guess.
And then what do you say in the dream? What do you say in the dream?
I don't remember. But I've had this dream several times. Not every night, but I mean, I've had this dream more than once.
Yeah, me too. The same. Like somebody saying to you, "Hey man, you have to go into to make the exam now." What now? I can't do it. You have to.
No, I think I told them. I said, well, I still have a college degree, so I don't need the high school.
You know, this is
Perfect.
smart too. This is smart too.
What made you move from Germany to Mexico?
Mm,
Loaded question, huh? Yeah.
several points. It's
Yeah.
Formally it was planned to just have it like a project to make the house and then to sell it quick and to do other stuff. But the things got different, and my work is quite nice and the house is quite good, and I'm quite, how do you say, I'm quite happy with what I'm doing. And and the time is passing so quick.
Yep.
I know Mexico since 25 years, and I always liked it. And I especially liked the state where I live. No, I don't have a credit about 500 or 600,000 US for a tiny house in Germany, paying the next 35 years. It's
Absolutely, man. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
I'm really curious what will come, because I have like an autosufficient house, and more or less I'm off the grid,
Oh, excellent.
and so I have my own water and my own black water, and it's I'm in a really good situation in this moment, because now the money can be next year. I told this David, if there's coming devaluation, money will inflation, very soon the money can't be worth
Huge
nothing.
devaluation, right? Reset, big financial reset coming, right?
I mean, this stocks bubble which is happening now, it's just always borrowing more money for no interest, and then putting this money into a stock market. Hey man, I'm one of my first jobs. I studied banker. I worked in a bank, and I went to school, and I know nothing about money, but I know that this is not working forever. Printing money and putting it into the stock market, this is, sorry, it's no.
Yeah, well, I can't
It won't
obviously.
work for us.
Yeah, obviously we can't comment on Germany, but in the United States, we believe it's by design that most Americans are totally financially ignorant, illiterate with money. They really don't know how the banking system works. They're not very literate with finances, money, and particularly debt and credit. And that's why everybody's up to their eyeballs in debt, and they're slaves as a result.
Wow.
Most people work jobs they don't like just to pay bills.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if I show up in Mexico.
Yeah. When you want, you don't worry.
Because we've talked about creating a community down there, but I've talked to Dan, and I think that one of the things that you have as an issue being a foreigner in Mexico is you don't have anybody who has your back down there. You know what I mean? Creating a sense of community that you can rely on, I think, might be beneficial.
No, I mean, I think this stuff can be beneficial for it's always win-win, absolutely. Well, I don't know what's going on in the moment, I wouldn't buy land in this moment now. I would wait.
Oh, sure. One step at a time. I mean, the first thing is to go down there, and Dan's got to see the place. And,
yeah, for sure.
But, I'm talking about setting up in a community where, we have our own farm, we have our own electricity, we have our own capabilities, so that everything that we want, we have. And these are people who all believe the same things. If people don't believe what we believe, they're gone. They're out.
Yeah, I mean, it is, it's quite nice. What are you saying? Because I tomorrow I will go to the where my mother was born. There is like the majority of my people I'm how do you say related, family related.
Yeah.
I'm visiting my aunts and my cousins, and they're very very nice people. And I really bet that these people, my cousin, they're very awake, and they always thought to buy some land in Uruguay.
Uruguay is where a lot of people go to escape.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you believe in a nuclear strike, Uruguay it's a quite nice place. But
Well, think about it. World War II, South America was not impacted by World War II.
It's true.
No, no, neither Mexico. So Mexico had a really nice
Right.
like industrial up, but this is not the point. You know, I don't know what our views, because now the things have changed, and I think it really could be possible to do something with some people who also want to have like how do you say, like fall back. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, back
No,
up.
I don't know if these people always will stay there 365 days in their house, or if they just will invest a little bit in land and have some possibilities to live there when they think they have to leave Germany, or because there are some people now they think about that. And these people, they are really not crazy. They are really not crazy, these people. And they say, man, if we can't stay, if it's going on in Germany, I mean, the problem is that if this stuff is happening, you don't go out anymore of your country. We saw this with Corona.
Mm-hmm.
They are fucking closing down the airport, and you're
Right.
stuck in your fucking place.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's
what I'm
scary,
worried
man.
about.
That's scary.
Yeah. And you know, if before it was like I heard like yeah klar for sure, yeah, blah blah blah, and then we come to you, you know, when it's getting worse, then we come to you, no problem. And I say, to be honest, if it's getting serious, you have to be out. You have to be out, because when they shut down even listen, they opened the airplane traffic, but they shut down the borders. You couldn't pass to Mexico by car and by foot, or by the border. And I mean, man, but I mean, I really would like then that you come down and we share some ideas. I will talk to my cousin. Probably he also wants to spend a little bit of money in some projects, and then we can look for some nice land. You know, I don't know, guys, but you know,
These things will take care of themselves.
no.
The first step is to get down there and start diving in.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I told you, think about what do you want to have, and what you think how it should be, and then we share our ideas, you know. And
I already have it right up. I already know what I don't know how to execute it completely, or the sizes, or how to execute it, but I have a vision of what I think will work successfully.
yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I just wanted to wrap it up. So
Wrap it up.
Well, the bottom line is, as you were saying, Thilo, there's a lot of variables that are going to be happening that we can't predict yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, listen, David. I mean, it's nice to know. I mean, I like to share a nice. It's hard to be alone, you know. It's hard to be alone, and the times will probably get tougher, and so it's nice to
It's
to
the biggest
make
risk.
to,
It's the
to make
biggest risk for an expat outside their own country.
yeah, it's not even it's the expat. It's just when you're living alone.
Absolutely.
It's you know, if you're Mexican and you're living alone, you have the same problems too. I mean, it's you're even just starting with cooking, you know.
Yeah.
It's the same if you cook for one person or for three person or for what until six persons probably, you know.
Right.
There's really same.
But you're
And
right, Thilo. You're on the money. I mean, when you live alone, you're responsible for everything. A little bit
yeah,
of food, cleaning your
yeah,
clothes.
no, yeah,
The wall
everything.
gets a hole in it. You know, you
Yeah.
need to fix the tire on your car. Whatever. It's all you. No help,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You know, if something is happening, how do you say? Something is happening. Is David still here?
He is.
I'm here. I'm just listening.
But I don't see you anymore. It's just
How
I
about
see
now?
Dan. Huh?
I see you, Dave.
You can't
I can
see me?
I can see you
Now I
both.
see you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can, but now I don't see Dan.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
just can see one person.
All right. Dave's hogging up the bandwidth
No,
again. What
yeah,
else is
no,
new?
no, I did it. I just moved the.
Yeah.
You can slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see you, Dave. Yeah.
I can see
Easy.
you.
Back up, dude. We don't want to see your arm. Okay, we don't want to see your tonsils. Sorry.
Hey, I had my teeth straightened. See?
Nothing
Nice.
nothing personal, but you ain't that pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't that pretty. Oh, I don't want to
David.
see that. Get out of here.
David,
I definitely don't want to see that. Definitely
Thilo.
not.
Hey, boys, hold on.
No, no,
No,
no,
no.
no, no, no.
Okay, cool.
What's it in German? Nine.
I'll have a shot in your honor, guys.
Nice. Yeah.
Salute.
Kill all the germs. That's it. Who needs to worry about coronavirus? Just kill the germs with alcohol. That's what the
Exactly.
That's what the president of
the kids
Belarus
said
said
for.
last week. Just drink
Yeah.
vodka and go to the steam
Yeah.
room.
Exactly. And go into the steamer.
That's
What
it.
is that? Prost.
Bacardi, yeah. Rum. Oh, jeez. That'll kill a few germs, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
when do you want to come down, David? What did you?
When you get back to Mexico, why don't you let me? Here's the time frame. Dan's going to let me know when he can get away from work.
You want to spend the lockdown in the US or in Mexico? This is the question.
Well, Dan has a wife,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
so
You
she's not
wanna-
going
you
to
wanna
want
spend it. You want to spend it in Mexico, right?
Yeah, I want to spend it. Don't take this the wrong way, but yeah, I want to spend it in Mexico with two men.
No, there are also some women around. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure she would like that.
We will have more information by the end of this month.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, you don't worry. This is more or less a long-term thing. As I tell you, I mean, the world won't go down with the lockdown, but the economy, it's really there will be some issues with the economy.
Oh yeah, the shit's gonna hit the fan, man. It's a
Yeah,
matter of time. Yeah.
As the shit didn't fall into the fan, still not.
Yeah,
I think
it's
probably.
exactly. It hasn't hit the fan yet. I agree with you.
It's
It's loading up too. Yeah.
And
You realize there is a slight.
there's a slight chance
Oh, yeah,
you could
looks
get
good.
stuck there.
Yeah, that there is a risk. I know that.
There is a risk. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's,
Don't worry.
what do you think, Thilo? Is that a good way? Is you enjoy your time in Germany? And when you know you're going back to Mexico, let me know, and then we'll make a plan.
And bring the gummy bears. Don't forget the gummy bears. That's
They will
important.
be eaten up this night.
We'll bring gummy bears for you. How's that?
For sure, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and when I
No.
come down to Mexico, I'll put together a little plan of what's inside my head, and then you can decide if it's a bad plan or a good plan.
That you scare me when you talk like that, Dave. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I never made like this kind of meeting, but
Yeah, it's a fantastic program.
But doesn't it work nice? I mean, like you're in Germany and you look clear,
in
and
Germany,
we can hear you just great. You sound like you're the next town over, you know?
No need to travel
Well, thank you.
anymore.
Well,
Just hi,
let's-
Mom.
I think it's different traveling and like it's like staying with two guys or staying with your wife. I mean,
Absolutely. See, I can give her hugs. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hug you guys.
The Soviet Union, when they collapsed, they didn't destroy the country. They stood down.
Exactly. Yeah, it
They
continued
stood
more
down.
or less. Yeah.
That's a good point.
And they went through 20 years of difficulty, but they've come out of it.
Yep. Exactly. No. Listen, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of hope and everything is open. You know, I mean, this is because you don't have an economical growth doesn't mean that you're starving. Hey man, it's I tell you, Germany, also yeah. Hey Berlin, man, you've never seen a nicer place, a better, no, not a nicer place, a better city in the world. I'm so in love with Berlin. Hey, Berlin has to show you so much stuff, and it's so cheap and so nice, and so much museums and so much of everything. Hey, wow, phew. I was there like from Friday to Sunday, and it was worth every penny. Every
Nice.
penny. Yeah. If you wanna really, also for me, wow, it's you can forget Paris, you can forget London, you can forget Rome. Really, it's but Berlin, it's really nice. Also, yeah, I'm to have some ground and some houses. I think it's also very nice. And I don't know what's going on in the US with the ground tax, or I don't know what is this, but
It's coming. They're going to, what happens is the states are not going to be able to get money from the federal government, so they will have to raise taxes on property to pay for the teachers and the policemen.
In Germany, they're starting with that too. Next year, they also want to put like the ground tax or the house tax. I don't know how to call that. Also, like in France, they have this already, and in Germany, you buy your own house once, and then you pay in Germany once, like I don't know, a 1.5% of the buying price, and that's it.
That's it.
For the rest of the life, you know, you pay it once and that's it, and not every month or every year.
That's how it is in America. If you don't pay your property taxes, they take your house. So you never really own it.
You don't really own it.
And for what they use the money.
In most towns, 50 to 60% of that money goes to pay for schools, teachers, and administrators. In other words, they waste it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure they waste it.
The what?
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money, man. Yeah.
Yes.
This is a lot of money.
Big time.
Well,
True.
what happens is in the United States, and I get into very big disagreements with people on this because I don't have children, and I'll be like, the problem is all these idiots are like, do it for the children, do it for the children, and that's how the government gets you to do everything because they scare you into doing it for the children.
Oh, for sure.
I agree with that. Yeah, they brainwash you, really.
I understand.
So bring it on.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your time in Germany and with your parents.
Thanks, guys.
And say hello to Holger and Thomas for me.
Hey, man, for sure. Probably we will call you.
Awesome.
Hey, nice to meet you, by the way. Take care, huh?
Hey, then, nice to meet you too. Take care too, and mi casa es su casa.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
Gracias.
Adios.
Adios. All right, Dano.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Yeah, real nice guy. Real nice guy.
He is a very good guy. Very good guy. I am so lucky that I went down that dirt road and I met him that day.